I think many people took this life as a joke, considering that all that is real is what they can see with their eyes and hear with their ears and touch and perceive with their senses, and also understand from the notions that they have been mentally adopting and learning in school and throughout all what this society teaches. Most human beings believe that reality is this limited experience that they usually lived under the persecution of, I would say. Most people take reality to be only this limited version of it, which they lived subjected to all their lives. What they see with and perceive with their senses, and what they think with their mind, and their mind not even thinking of anything more usually than what they have been learning from school or from parents, teachers of all kinds, society. So even their mind is limited to notions that they have heard, that they have read in books, that they have seen on YouTube nowadays, when children now learn more from YouTube than from books or teachers or school. So for most people, the reality that they think it's real, it's what their mind can conceive of, and the conception in their mind, again, is what they have been learning from the outside reality. It's what has been served to them. And their thoughts are not even their thoughts. Their ideas are not even their ideas. Their beliefs are rarely, they come from their own experience of reality. So their beliefs are just beliefs, they are not knowing. Because true knowing means a direct, deduced understanding out of a direct experience of the truth of what a thing really is, in the true reality. So by living in this limited version of reality, a usual person being subjected to these limited beliefs and these limited notions and ideas that it has been learning from school or hearing in the media or radio or the news or YouTube or social media, parents, friends, whatever, figures of authority one has encountered in this life. A person lives in this construct, in this limited construct of what reality is, and takes, that's the most horrific thing, that it takes that limited construct that it has been indoctrinated with to be what the truth of reality really is. So it takes that small amount of information that it has been served with, and takes that small model of reality, which usually it's a false model of reality, to be what the immensity of reality truly is. And then it clings to that small perception of reality, which is not even its own, as I said, and clings to it with teeth and claws, defending it and believing that that's reality. That's the true depth and extended version of reality. So living in this way, people take reality to be a joke. They don't take reality serious because it's like they are almost like living on devices. Something is like they are living their life and their experience of reality is so far off in a way from what reality truly is. It's almost like their experience of reality is intermediated by some devices of sorts, like being connected to some screen or some wires and seeing reality through a screen rather than truly seeing reality through their own perceptions. And this screen, this veil, is all these notions that they have been indoctrinated with since they were a child. And now their senses are connected, instead of being connected to the true reality, which is behind this screen, behind this veil of false notions. Now their senses, their five senses, are connected with the veil and the screen of false notions. So they perceive now what they believe reality is. So they enact, in a way, their senses are enacting their own perceptions, which have been implanted in them. So now it's like that thing with to see is to make believe. Now they believe they are experiencing what they already think it's happening. So it's just a constant reinforcement feedback loop. They think something is happening and then they identify it with their senses, which is connected to the false version of reality. And then those senses reinforce the belief, that false belief in what is happening. And then that false belief reinforced now creates even more of that false reality. And it's just going on and on and on in this never-ending feedback loop. So the thing is, the crucial thing that happens here is that living in this way, one lives completely disconnected from the true reality of things, which happens, let's say, behind this screen of false notions, behind this veil of false notions, this false veil which obstructs reality. And thus a person lives completely disconnected from the true reality, because it lives connected to the false version of reality, to this screen or veil of false notions. And because one is living now so disconnected from what true reality really is, it's like one really takes reality to be a joke, because it's almost like they don't feel the direct consequences, the direct experience of what reality truly is. And because of this disconnection, they say like, "Meh, it's not that bad, you know. It's like it doesn't matter what happens to the earth. It's just earth will recover, you know. Yeah, it doesn't matter that the forests are being decimated. The earth will create new forests." Like even a friend that I spoke with at some point. Psst, ce faci? Psst. God damn it. Freaking cat. Just God. Okay. Going on. What was I saying? So I was talking about this layer of disconnection. Yeah. So how most people live disconnected from reality. And I was talking with a friend at some point, and I remember even this friend, which is a really smart guy, told me something like, Earth will create new species, you know. It's not that bad that, you know, in the last, 50 or 70 years, Earth has been losing more than 80%, if I remember the figure correctly, of like mammals and like species of animals on Earth and species of marine life. oh, it doesn't matter, Earth will create another one, some other species, But that's the thing, because when one lives disconnected from the truth of what this reality is, from the truth of what Earth is, then one really doesn't feel the immediate impact of the suffering, let's say, that might be going on in this true version of reality. One takes everything kind of lightly, and this light way of taking things, it's because of this disconnection from the real of what's happening. So most people have been taking this reality merely as a joke, and more other people have been sustaining this falsity and this lie and this indoctrination for the majority. Some were liars, direct, complete liars, creating this veil of false meaning and false illusions for the others, and some others just were completely overwhelmed by the lies, and they couldn't stand against them, they couldn't decipher, they couldn't discern lie from truth, and in such way they became conquered by the lies, and their lives became connected to the false layer of lies. So the majority of the population, I think, they are just mere, like cattle which are being used and lied to all the time. And they are just being connected to this layer of lies, but they don't necessarily, let's say, are at their heart liars or deceivers. And others are direct, purposeful liars and deceivers, and ensuring that this layer, this false layer of meaning and this false veil of reality continues to exist. So maybe the majority of people wouldn't want to live in a lie, but they do live in a lie. And living in a lie makes them take reality as a joke. And their senses are always numbed to their own pain and to the pain of everything else. Their senses are always numbed out. They are kept like tranquilized animals all the time. Like they are kept like in a constant state of trance all the time. So most people, willingly or not, have been taking reality as a joke. But I believe a time is coming in which the face of the world is going to be shocked when this veil of falsity is going to shatter and the reality behind the veil is going to be seen. And right now, we are still living in this perpetual Groundhog Day. Of constant numbness, constantly still not seeing, the majority of us, the reality for what it is. And thus we are still defended. We are still defended from this vista and this encountering with the truth and the true reality behind this veil of obstruction and this veil of illusions. So most of us, at this moment, we are still living secluded from this truth. But at some point, this veil is going to shatter. It's going to completely break off. And right now, none of us can truly believe this because our senses, as I said, are completely numbed and we can't truly believe that that's happening, you know. Oh, yeah, no, it's like, it always has been advertised, you know, that the world is coming to an end. There have been so many, you know, boy cried wolf or something like this. You know, so many have been saying that it's gonna be the end of the world in 18, well, I don't know what, and then it's gonna be the end of the world in 19, what, I don't know what. And so each era has had its advertised end of the worlds. Then you had the 2000, then you have 2012 with the Mayan calendar and whatever. And so, but society went on. There's never a true end of the world, you know. It's just the boy that cried wolf, you know. It's never happening. Well, I believe if there is a boy which cries wolf, that's because the wolf truly exists. And there is no smoke without a fire. And something just tells me that this reality has a timing to it. It's like the clock is freaking ticking. It's like tick, tick, tick. It's almost like I can hear the sound of the clock ticking. This reality has never been created as an endless, infinite realm in which we would just go endlessly into absurdity, endlessly into, you know, unconsciousness, endlessly into violence, rape, murders, basically constructs of unconsciousness. This reality was never created like this, just to perpetually and forever and infinitely sustain this absurdity. No, like what I see is something completely different. This reality has been created from the start with a timeline, with a certain time period, let's say, in which if we manage to achieve a purpose together, then the purpose is going to be achieved. If not, this reality entirely, like an experiment, is going to be shut off. So I'm far from seeing that this reality is just going on and on and on and on in this level of unconsciousness, absurdity, as it currently goes in, where everybody thinks everything is just a mere joke. And they can do whatever they want with their life. They do whatever they want with the life around. Other people, animals, plants, the sky, nature. People just think that they can do whatever they want and nothing is of true meaning or true, let's say, consequence. And I'm far from saying there are consequences in the sort of like biblical way in which there is a judge, somebody is judging us and we have been making sins or whatever. Other type of consequences are at play here, related to completely different type of notions. It's our own soul which wants to live its purpose and its destiny here. And as much as we live in this state of unconsciousness, our soul is being hindered and dies day by day. So right now most of humanity is freaking numbed. They think this world is just gonna continue like this forever in a way. There's never gonna be a true change. There's never gonna be anything happening. Things are just gonna go on and on and on and on. Just like this, societies are gonna change, new technologies are gonna come. Probably some extinguishment of the human species or animals might occur, but then humanity will survive, Earth will create new species, and we are just going on and on and on. Probably then we'll start colonize, the solar system. Oh man, so many adventures ahead of us. Oh, so many new ventures, so many things to discover and understand. But hey, don't mind that humanity has ravished the planet and itself, and it's freaking diseased in the head. And would you let this humanity go off if there would be outer space, which I doubt it, but let's say there would be outer space and there would be a universe, which I doubt it, but let's say there is, would humanity in this state of complete disease would be allowed to go out in the cosmos and spread this disease in the cosmos? That's just such a limited perspective in which humanity still believes that it is the only authority in its life, and there is nothing else in the universe, no other cosmic forces, no other sentient life, no other sentient intelligence of whatsoever, and of whatever other kind. No, humanity still thinks we are the only ones in existence that exist, and we are the only authority, and thus we are entitled to be the only authority over what we do here on Earth. There is nobody else. There are no cosmic forces watching over us and seeing, let's say, what humanity is doing and granting us more freedom or more restraints depending on how humanity is behaving. No, there's no such thing. There's nothing higher than us, We are the pinnacle of all existence. This is how numbed they are. And of course, with this type of mentality, considering oneself as the pinnacle of existence, one again takes reality to be a mere joke and has a staggering amount of little consideration towards everything that exists. And we've all, by the way, been under the effects of this unconsciousness and lack of consideration. All of us. So even though my own senses can't believe in what I'm saying, even on my own senses tell me like, oh, come on. Like, I can't believe there will be a true change to this reality. Not even my own mind cannot believe. And even my own mind believes that, oh, it's just gonna go on and on and on. But something in me knows. Something in me truly knows the depth of what reality truly is. And I believe that this knowledge, similar to a growing wave on an ocean, is gonna hit us soon. And it's gonna become more and more, let's say, visible and prevalent in our life somehow. Because I think there is only that much amount of time in which an absurdity can exist. There is only that much amount of time in which an absurdity can exist.